Hi, welcome to bakingmad.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make some simple scones. We're going to start with a baking tray lined with some grease-proof baking paper. Just keep that to one side. You'll also want to preheat your oven to 220 degrees Celsius or 200 if you have a fan oven. So I'm going to begin here with 200 grams of self-raising flour. Some people do like to use plain flour and top it up with baking powder. It's entirely up to you. This here is self-raising flour. To this, we're going to add 50 grams of butter. So what we're going to do is just cover the butter with your flour and just loosely, just with the fingertips, just begin rubbing it together. This might take a little while, so a bit of patience is always good with this, but just gently keep repeating the rubbing motion until it becomes a breadcrumb consistency, a bit like if you were making a crumble topping. So, as you can see here, it's a lovely consistency, similar to thin breadcrumbs. So to this mixture, we're going to add a tablespoon of golden caster sugar. Now this will give a lovely flavour to your scones. To create a well in the centre of your bowl, and to this well we're going to pour in 125 milliliters of milk. This just makes it easier to combine when it's sat in the middle of the mixture, because then we're going to use a spoon to gently incorporate the flour into the centre and fold it in that way. So we just want to carefully just fold the flour in with the milk, and it will begin to make kind of a sticky dough consistency, which is exactly what you're looking for. So if you keep on moving until all the flour is stuck to the dough, you can, if you prefer, just get your hands in there and mix it together that way if you prefer, which I think I'm going to do. Just make sure that everything is just all mixed in together until it forms a nice dough. Now what you want to do is put the dough onto a floured surface. So just flour a little bit and then just move the dough out onto the surface. Now you're not going to want to handle the dough too much, so what we're just going to do is just gently just pat it down until it forms a shape that's about 2 to 3 centimetres thick. You're probably only going to get about 4 large scones out of this mixture. So if you wanted to get more, you could just double the mix, or you could just use smaller cutters. So here I'm using one with a crimped edge around the side. So what I'm carefully going to do is just place on top of the dough and just push straight down. Don't twist, because if you were to twist it when you remove it back up, that will restrict how high it is, how high it grows when it bakes in the oven. So I'm just going to take that straight off and just place our scone onto the baking tray. I'm just going to repeat this process and try and get as many scones out of the mixture as I can. So as you can see, the 4 scones have come out of the dough, they've been shaped and they're ready to go into the oven. What you want to do is bake these for about 15 minutes in the centre of an oven, and you'll see that they'll nicely rise up and become golden. To give them an extra shine on the top, what you can do is just with some milk, just using a pastry brush, lightly glaze over the top. This will give them a nicer shine and colour when they bake in the oven. So there you go, the scones are now ready to be put into the oven to be baked. So here we are, the scones have now baked for 15 minutes. You can see that the glaze on the top's given them a lovely golden colour. Now they're ready just to be put onto a cooling rack and left to cool down in temperature. Or alternatively, if you like to eat them whilst they're nice and warm, serve them straight away. They work really well with clotted cream and jam. So there you have it, your simple scones.